we're working in the garden. We've been getting potatoes planted and getting. You'll probably see some of these videos, but we're getting little hoops set up for growing and some buckets. And I'm sorry, I need to be talking this way, don't I?
Yes.
I'm on camera.
Yes.
But we also want to do an experiment. So this video is an experiment video. We've been seeing this talk about doing potato towers. Now we've got plenty of room to grow potatoes in bulk. But it does require a lot of digging and trenching, and then a lot of turning it over and digging through it. So we're going to try 2 different type of potato towers. The one potato tower I was going to try is I'm going to box this up with board, plant the potatoes. When they come up and grow, then I'll add more dirt and leave about 6 inches of green out the top, and just keep adding dirt as the potato plant grows, because the potato is going to keep growing above the dirt. As it grows, those 1 or few plants I put in there, it's going to keep putting off the little vines that make potatoes. So a few plants in here will grow all the way up, and as it grows, it just keeps planting out potatoes.
Yeah, and those plants will be coming out spaces up the wall. You're going to leave them.
No,
not on the side.
It's only the potatoes that are going to grow. The plant's going to stay above the soil.
Oh.
Okay. You basically mound it up. That's why they talk about mounding potatoes. The reason they want you to mound potatoes as they grow is because the more you mound it up to the potato, the more the little vines pop out that grow the potatoes. So here, you're taking a small space, filling it with dirt. As the plant grows, I'm going to use this weed as an example. When this plant gets so high, then you mound it up with dirt and leave enough plant out of it. It grows more, then you add more dirt. Well, each time you do that, here it starts putting out little tentacles to grow potatoes. So we'll let it get this tall, and then once it dies, we'll take this out and then see how many potatoes are in there in so many plants. The other side, the girls saw a video where you do one with fence wire.
Lasagna.
And so we'll stick this round thing in here, and they can add in layers. And what they'll do is plant potatoes in layers.
And it'll grow out the side.
And it'll grow out the side. And then you'll plant another layer, and it grows out the side. So you're basically planting layers of potatoes instead of that potato box, which uses fewer plants and grows up. And we'll see which one produces. We don't know. We've just seen it on videos, and we'll be curious to see. The big thing I want to see is if I put 4 potato plants in there, how many potatoes can I grow off 4 plants versus 4 plants in the ground? And that's kind of what we're going to see. So we'll put good soil in here, plant them, and see how they do. So, and we'll try to video our progress as we go.
Yes.
So what I'm thinking is put this on the inside like this, so the weight of the dirt pushes out against this, so that at some point it's going to hold the weight of the dirt.
Keep working yourself around with the front end.
And we'll just keep turning this around.
Right, so you get it back around to the, that's right.
The hard part is going to be how you going to plant them taters in there. I guess you could.
You could drop them on top of the soil.
Yeah. The other thing is you could cut it in half and just tack the wire to it as you grow up. You know what I'm saying? Put it together, cut it in half, grow up, or layer it up, and then put the top half on it.
Really just cut you out some holes and stick your hand in there.
Yeah. Yeah, you could cut out a square and put your hand in there.
Right.
But you're going to have to put hay and stuff in there, and dirt.
I think the kids are going to play in it, so that the holes are small enough for them to get their hands in.
Think so? Maybe.
We'll layer dirt, let them push.
Put hay down first,
blend. You'll put it in the center of the hay.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, are you going to have enough room for them to get their hands in, be able to put the dirt in? You could probably pour the dirt.
Yeah, I could cut some of the top off there.
How high do you need it?
That there's fine.
Right here?
Yeah.
You want me to cut it off?
Yeah.
I can get you some better snip if you want me to.
Just cut it level with this.
Cut it level with that?
Yeah.
That'll be probably a little better.
Over here, Mary says.
All right. So, Stumpy's going to start working on the wire one. And the girls are actually going to, we got a little school coming out here. Our church has a Christian school, Christian Academy. And they came out last year, they're going to come out this year, and the girls are going to use this and let the kids plant potatoes, and then they'll document the potato growth and let the kids come see them. And then of course this is strictly just for figuring out if it's going to work. Experiment. We're just all about the experimentos. So I'm going to cut some boards and put them inside this thing, square it up. We'll see how it works. So just hang with us. All right, so Stumpy's got the wire thing ready to go. They can start adding good stuff. I'm just gonna put some screws in this. These are just old boards I had, I rough cut. See if I can get it on here. Alright, now alright, so we got the first one put up, and it's not exact, we're just cutting it rough just to get it around it. And I'm gonna put some compost in there about this high, plant our potatoes, cover them, and then we'll see. I may put about 5 or 6 inches of dirt, put the potatoes down, and then cover it with about 5 or 6 inches. And then, so we got to go get some compost. All right, we went and got some of that rich moo cow compost. There we go. Yep. Boy, that's pretty. If you like poop, it's pretty.
You like what poop makes? Vegetables.
We got that. So I need to go get my 4 potatoes that I'm going to plant there. We're going to get our potatoes, we'll plant them, and then the girls will plant theirs, and we'll see which one. It's not, that one you're going to plant a lot more potatoes in, so you'll have separate plants. So that may make more potatoes, I don't know. The idea for this one is to maximize how many potatoes you can grow in a small area. So let's just say you lived by yourself or a couple and lived in town, and you didn't want to plow up a 10-foot section for potatoes or 20-foot row to grow potatoes, but you built something similar to this that you could take these boards off each year or however you wanted to do it, and put your good dirt in it, plant your potatoes, and and then grow them this way. And if you could grow as many potatoes as 12 plants would grow with 4, then you know you're cutting down on your space. So we're going to see, just to play with it. You know, they say once you get it done and it's compacted in, you can take the boards off and just push the tower over, boom. All the potatoes are right there. You can just pick them up. You're done for the year. Take your boards, put them up. Next year, same thing. So we'll see. Stumpy's going to get our tater. All right, so I got 4 Kennebec potatoes. So we're going to put the 4 Kennebec potatoes in here. And this one thing. And see how they do. Now I've got some other Miracle-Gro starter stuff that I've got mixed up, and I'm just going to layer that over the top for the potatoes to start growing. This soil's good and moist, so got that pushed in. I'll be very curious myself. You know, anytime I watch something, it don't matter whether it's YouTube or whatever it is. You can watch ads on social media or whatever. You'll see something done, and I'm thinking, is that real? You know, and does it really work that good? Again, we chose this is a Kennebec. Mainly what we planted out there is the Pontiacs. And this is a late potato. And they say for this type setting, growth, the late potato is what you want to try to grow versus the Pontiacs. The Pontiacs wouldn't do well in this type growing upwards. So we're going to see. We did plant a row of Kennebecs out there. So I can, when we dig those up, I can dig up 4 potatoes worth there versus 4 potatoes worth here. And we'll see. Here we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So we're going, here we go. And I think that soil underneath it's pretty wet. So I'm not even going to water it. We're just going to let that soak and sit until the potatoes spring out of there. And what we'll do is I'll video the progress, and this video, once we're done, it'll be an ending. You'll see the whole thing. So, all right, thank y'all. All right, Perry Hill here, and I am piddling outside, getting some stuff done, but checked on my potatoes. Of course, we've got this potato box. I was going to show you our potatoes in the ground, and I was going to show you Denise's potato box, so hang on with me. So these so far are potatoes in the ground so far that are coming up, okay? And like I said, there's a few spotty ones, but this is our Pontiac Reds coming down here. And then when we get down to this last row, this is the Kennebecs that we planted in the ground. And as you can see, it's a little spotty. Maybe these are going to come up later, maybe they just aren't going to make it. But definitely a little spotty on the Kennebecs. Pontiac Reds, all that looks pretty good. So over here we have Denise and Danette's potato bed that they're doing layers on. And this is, you know, dirt, hay, and then you have my potato box, which I just added another board at the top. These leaves right here were above this board, so I added another board because I'm going to go ahead and add dirt. But these are Kennebecs. So these Kennebecs seem to look a little better than the ones we got coming out here. So we'll look and see. So Kennebec actually looks pretty good, and something gnawing on it right there, but that plant is probably from the bottom to the top about 4 to 5 inches tall. These were planted within the same day. And this plant's probably, we'll see if it's the same. It is, yeah, probably about 5 inches tall, about the same, maybe a little taller. This one especially seems to be taller. It's probably getting closer to 6 inches tall. So we're going to put some more dirt under them, let them grow some more. All right, so I'm gonna add some soil to it and see how this looks. I'm just gonna push it up under the plant best I can. Just build a big mound under it. Leave the leaves up on top. Let it grow some more. We're gonna plow those other potatoes. We got some rain coming day after tomorrow, so maybe we'll plow them tomorrow after church before the rain comes. Or later today. All right. Filling this up. Really tucking some dirt up under there. Do the same thing on these two. There's 4 plants in this box. Eric and Jace are over working on our cow. Yesterday me and Eric worked on cutting it up, and I worked on vacuum sealing, and today they were going to grind and use the saw to cut up some steaks. Denise and I were getting some stuff done for fruit trees, and I'm going to be getting ready to spray those. There's always something to be done though in the garden. I'll just be really curious how this turns out. I'm gonna get some black cow the next time and add a little bit of that to this. While this plant's young, I want to give it all it needs. One thing I do like about this so far is been able to manage weeds real easy around it, so I'm not having to plow it much like you would with the tractor and weeds in the grass. We'll see how that weed control comes into play, and because boy, if we could plant, I'm just thinking, if we could plant, however many of these plants in one of these boxes, and if you could grow 50 to 100 pounds and you just needed about 5 or 6 boxes, it'd save you from having to plant all those rows and worry about plowing them and all that stuff. You just add to it. And I don't know. I'm just thinking in my head. But this may not work. I mean, this is just just because you see everything on YouTube doesn't mean it's going to work. So I like to try it out, experiment with it myself. So I'm going to show you this. I've got all this dirt up on the plant with the leaves out from the bottom. So I've got all these leaves just above the dirt, and the dirt is all the way up that stalk. So I added several inches of dirt, and we're going to let these plants continue to grow up some more. We'll fill it up with dirt and see how it makes. But so far so good, but the plants look great. So give it a little bit of water, and I'll keep you. All right, it is Friday afternoon, the week before Good Friday, and I was going to give you a little potato tower update. So the girls' potato tower, potatoes are coming out. Now, she's got a few coming out the edge, which is what she really wanted. There's some coming out the top. So this is the Kennebec tower, and we've got some potato. We got probably growth that's 12 inches high again, and so I need to add dirt to this tower and a board. So that's what I'm about to do, and get this potato a little higher. We got something starting to eat the leaves. I'll show you out here. See if we've had some out here that have started doing it. And these are actually, look here, those are starting to bloom right there. And so, but amazing. We've noticed some stuff being eaten on these potatoes. You battle that all the time. But anyways, let's see if we can get this filled up. Don't you love seeing if something's gonna work? All right, folks. So we added another layer. Of course, I filled the dirt up till right here, which gives me about 6-8 inches of the plant above the dirt, and I'll let it grow again. It is time to add to this. I'm probably about 3 or 4 days behind, but I'm gonna add this wood, and then we're gonna add some soil. So these potatoes are blooming, and probably in about 2 more weeks, within 2 weeks, the sun's really going to start baking on these potatoes and probably knock them down. So I want to try to get this in. It'll be probably the last time I fill this part and see how our potatoes do. So let's get it up. All right, so it's I'm actually need more in there, so I may go get some more. It's been easier for me to get it with those bags, but I may get some compost from back there and bring some up here and fill it in. But I think if I can fill it into the top of this board on these 2 ends, that's about all I need to do. So let's get that and see. All right. So I actually went and got us a chili dog down at the hardware store. We got a hardware store. It's got a little kitchen. And I went and got us a chili dog for lunch since I've been out here all morning. And I went ahead and just bought another bag of topsoil to put in there. So now it's full of dirt all the way up to here. So I would say that's, let's see if I can measure it here. It's probably 8, 16, 24. It's probably a little over 2, close to 3 foot high. And we'll see what kind of potatoes it makes. I'll water it and continue on our potato journey. All right, Perry Hill, it is May 21st, I believe. I think that's correct. And I'm out here by the potato box and haven't filled it up since the last time I did one, but I'm gonna show you where we're at with this thing. Okay, so this is what the potatoes are looking like. They're starting to fall over and not do too well. Even these and this potato are starting to wilt up, curl up. And if you look at our potatoes in the ground, they are browning up, and this heat is getting to them. Because down here, you know, we're in the 90 degrees already. So these potatoes are hurting a little bit for that. So we're thinking about digging these potatoes this weekend. So I will water them again. Look at the dirt here. And it's a little moist, but I may hit them again with some water. Got a few more days before the weekend. But basically these plants, when they stood all the way up, stand about 4.5 feet. So from the time they grew down from that little box all the way up, standing up here, about 4.5 feet tall. So I'll be curious to see, you know, in this, you know, probably 3 foot of dirt, it's probably 3 foot of dirt, what we end up getting out of these potatoes. So I will keep you updated as we go along. You can see it's tater time. They're dying. We're gonna go ahead, we're digging the other potatoes in the morning, so I wanted to do this evening. But we are gonna take the boards off, and then we're gonna see what kind of potatoes we got out of this potato tower. And I'm gonna take my screws out here. I'm gonna do one board at a time. Maybe we'll have some, well, I'll be disappointed if I get in there and ain't no potatoes on it. So again, this was an experiment based on what everybody says about potatoes in a potato tower. Never done it before.
This is gonna be funny. Hey,
Be careful for those screws, okay?
you step on those things are hurt.
Well, where are, well, are y'all fun?
What is it?
Oh no.
I just dropped my bit.
Back up.
Daddy, are y'all fun more worms?
There it is, right there.
Look at this little worm. Mommy.
This would be interesting to see.
He got him more.
Well, we're gonna see
Back up.
if it works.
Are there some more worms?
Oh, I see potatoes.
A worm.
Oh, get him.
Get that worm.
Oh, that was a rat. A green one.
A green rat.
Red one.
He calls a roach a rat.
Eric, look.
Here we go.
Hurry, before he,
Where?
there. He
I
got
see
red.
him. Here, let me get
Is it a roach?
Yeah, a rose.
Okay, here's the test.
Come here.
So the test is, did it grow potatoes from the very bottom all the way up? Because that's what people say will happen in a potato tower. So you can see how much dirt we've got. Probably close to 3 foot of dirt. So let's just see, did it make potatoes up here? Don't see any taters up here. All I see is taters towards the bottom.
Okay. Ooh, man, the gnats are outrageous.
I need to get a shovel and I'll scoop all this up because I can reuse
There
it.
was one on the back of the golf cart right there.
Okay. We'll scoop it up into a tub and I'll reuse
There's a
that.
tub over there.
There's a wheelbarrow.
Yeah. And pull these out.
Well, your theory did not.
It's not my theory. This is a internet test.
That's not what
Hey,
I
honey, do you remember there are screws under this dirt right here? Don't
I'll put it right over here.
You want me to scoop?
Yeah, you can scoop it.
get that board right here. There's screws under that dirt right there. There's another board in there,
I need that.
right there. Maybe not.
I
Okay,
need this.
let's see.
It didn't grow one up there, did it?
No, it did not.
Look at there. So, guess what, folks?
Busted.
Hey,
Busted.
debunked at least for this. Now these were Kennebec potatoes, which
Look right there.
I found a
There's
little
one.
potato.
here we go. So we get into potatoes now. Let's just see how they look.
This one is.
Okay,
eaten.
there's one.
This one's eaten.
It's okay. It got cut in half. It's okay.
So we need to get something to put them in.
There's a
I'll get- yeah,
well,
we'll
that's
need
got
a
to be.
big. I'll need something. I'll just set them up on the tailgate right now. But the test is, would
Yes,
it grow potatoes
that is
all the way up?
Where's the worm?
How sad is this?
Potato.
How sad is this?
Hey, that's why we tested it. I wanted to-
Now we need to do. I'm gonna put them right here.
How many did you plant?
just 4 plants.
Okay.
So we need to look and see what mine did. Whew. These gnats are.
Dig around too much and start cutting potatoes.
Woo. Mercy.
You know, Eric, just thinking of it from a theory point, because they're so small, so normally, you know, you let them get this high and die down, and it kind of keeps pumping downwards
Yeah.
to the potatoes. I wonder if it was just putting so much energy to keep making the plant taller that's why they're so small.
Maybe. I got them here.
Another one.
Well, according to
Another one.
what they tell you on the internet, in some videos I've seen, is you just keep,
It's,
once it gets, 8, 12 inches above the dirt.
Oh, I watched some videos because that's what I was gonna do.
it was a neat idea.
Yeah, it looked like a way to get a bunch of potatoes with a little bit of real estate.
Yeah.
I wonder if the variety.
Do you need another shovel, honey?
Well, I looked up. That's why I didn't do the red potatoes, because it said these Kennebecs were. But, I mean, I guarantee you we'll have more potatoes out of a one plant out there in the garden than
Put
that.
the little bitty ones in here.
Okay? Just a
Yeah,
little
we do
bitty.
need to test my tower too. Take that wire off and test it. Thank you, Fisher. Oh, there's some.
Where?
Jackpot.
That
Yay!
There's another one.
Jackpot. I mean, you see the vines.
A potato. I found a potato where it.
Well, that's pretty much it. I'm going to get the other shovel.
Found a
That's-
potato by
there's the
myself.
Good job. You can put it on the golf cart. Good job.
Here's another one right in there. All right, folks. So, I want you to see what 4 plants netted us in a potato tower. That right there. So for a comparison, this is a Kennebec, and I'm going to try to dig up this. See what kind of potatoes we got.
Fisher.
There's one. These look healthier.
That's huge.
Yes.
These look way healthier.
Here, put them in my hand.
You know what, honey?
Yep. There went another tater. Right there.
Here, hand them to me, Fisher.
Just put them
I
right
just cut
there.
that one by accident.
Huh?
I said I accidentally cut that potato.
This one.
Yep, here's another one.
These look way healthier than the ones in the other soil. Off of one, look, that's off of this one plant.
And look,
Wow.
Dad, just put them right
I'll
there.
keep holding them. If we get too many more, I won't be able to.
That is wild. I think you're good, honey.
So that was one plant?
So you basically doubled in the ground.
Yeah. So
Is that crazy?
4 plants in the tower versus 2 plants in the ground. We got bigger potatoes, and we got probably, I mean, obviously more, because if you dig 4 plants, you'll have twice that.
Mm-hmm.
But bigger potatoes and
Healthier. Way healthier looking.
yeah, I mean they definitely look better.
Wow.
This one
That's
might
crazy.
have a bad spot on it. So what that tells me is either Kennebecks are not good tower potatoes, which I'm almost positive when I researched a decent potato for us in the South to grow is not the red potato, but a Kennebec. It did not work. So if you've done this before and you know a potato brand that does work, comment on our video. I'd love to know what you find out. But good rich soil, less yield, more time, I mean a little more money putting quality soil in it versus just dirt on the ground. So
Hey,
That's a jar.
I don't know how to look in these. How are you going to do this?
well, you just have to pull the
Dad,
plant
are
set
these
over the plant.
baskets?
And you had Kennebecks, right?
Yeah,
I found your
there's
jar.
one. There's 2, 3. Let's see what.
Let's take
What we
all
got?
these potatoes. We'll put them over. We'll put them over here on tiles. But what it basically shows me is really, no matter if we do them in that or that, especially with those Kennebecks,
You're going to yield
we
more.
do just as good or better just planting them in the dirt.
Yeah,
What
versus
I
doing that.
found?
yeah.
So-
A light spot.
Just-
But for those people who don't have that dirt space like we've got, this will work to get them some.
Yeah,
But not a
it's
large-
feasible option.
Yeah,
Correct.
but not a large yield.
But, you know, really, if you get about the same amount, you know, you might be able to plant 2 hills of
This might have done better if I had added more soil than what I did each
Maybe.
layer.
But we saw it didn't really make a difference at all for that. The plant kept growing and got taller and taller and grew right through it because you could see the stalk go way down through the dirt. But
Yeah.
it never shot off any new runners
Yeah,
but the original root system.
yeah.
So either I didn't have the right kind of potatoes or what you see
I
on
found no potatoes in
the
here.
internet is not always true.
Right.
So, but that's what we did with Kennebecks. Maybe next year we'll try a different variety.
I don't know. I think we just need to stick to the ground. I like the yield better from the
I know,
ground.
but it's just fun to test out things that are
Yeah.
on the internet. But anyways, that's our test. I'll research some more, and if I find anything else, I'll give y'all an update. But God bless you. Thank you for watching. And I don't think I'll be doing another potato tower.
Obviously not.
All right? Like Stumpy always says, a simple life is a much more enjoyable life. God bless.